Let me ask you a simple question. When you're making what might be the biggest financial decision of your life, do you want someone who works for one bank or someone whose job is to work for you? Most people don't even think about that. They just walk into the branch, sit down, smile, and spill their whole life story, and assume the person across the desk is automatically on their side. I hate to break it to you, but that's not exactly how the game is played. Look around a bank branch for a second. Logo on the wall. Logo on the screen. Logo on the pen, the folder, the coffee mug. That person you're talking to. Very nice, very professional, but at the end of the day, they're on Team Bank. Their job description is simple: fit you into our mortgage products. That's it. That's the mission. And what do most people do? They hear one rate, one offer, one special promotion, and they sign on the dotted line. 30 years of payments decided in a 10-minute chat. If that doesn't make you a little uneasy, it should. Now, let me flip the script. I'm a FSRA licensed mortgage agent level 1, and I work under a licensed brokerage here in Ontario. That license is not just a sticker on a business card. It means exams, regulations, ethics, ongoing education, the whole 9 yards. My job is not to sell you whatever is sitting on one shelf. My job is to walk you through the whole store. We're talking major banks you already know, monoline lenders you can't walk into from the street, credit unions, trust companies, and specialty lenders for the more interesting files. One application. One honest conversation. Then I go and shop the market for you. See, a lot of people think a mortgage is a mortgage. Just give me the lowest rate. If only it were that simple. A mortgage is a contract. And like any contract, the important stuff is often not in the big print, it's in the fine print. Things like, how nasty are the penalties if you break early? How easy is it to refinance or pull equity later? What happens if you sell before the term is up? How flexible is the lender if life throws you a curveball? This is where you really need someone who will dot the I's and cross the T's for you. Not just hand you a rate, but walk you line by line through how this thing actually works in your real life. Let me give you a couple of examples. You're a first-time buyer. You've scrimped and saved every dollar of that down payment. You walk into your bank, they're happy to see you, of course. They quote you a rate. It looks decent. What they might not highlight is that the penalty to break that mortgage could cost you thousands if you ever need to move, refinance, or switch lenders. Now fast forward 3 years. Baby on the way, you want a bigger place. Suddenly that good rate doesn't feel so good when the break cost empties your savings. Or maybe you're renewing. Your bank sends a letter, here's your renewal rate, just tick the box and send it back. No questions, no review, no conversation. It's fast, it's easy, and sometimes it's quietly more expensive than it needs to be. If you're the kind of person who likes to read between the lines, that should set off some alarm bells. When you work with a licensed mortgage agent, we don't just rubber stamp the renewal. We compare. We check other lenders. We look at your situation today, income, goals, family, future plans, and ask, is there a smarter way to structure this? Sometimes the answer is, stay where you are, you're in a good spot. And sometimes it isn't. Either way, at least you know, instead of just hoping your bank magically gave you the best deal by default. Now, let me be crystal clear. I'm not here to say banks are evil. They're not. We need them. In fact, a lot of the lenders I work with are banks. I place clients with banks all the time. The difference is perspective. Bank staff represent their employer. I represent you in your decision. I'm not married to one logo. If the best fit for you is Bank A, great. If it's a monoline lender you've never heard of, also great. If it's staying exactly where you are, that's fine too. My loyalty is not to a brand. It's to getting the deal properly structured, top to bottom, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, so you're not blindsided 3 years down the road. This is why I built Liverate.ca. It's not just a website. It's your starting point to see beyond one bank's shelf. Whether you're buying your first home, renewing a mortgage, refinancing to consolidate debt, or planning a move in a year or two, you shouldn't be guessing. You shouldn't be piecing together random advice from friends or Facebook groups. You should have clear numbers and clear options laid out in plain language. That's what I do. Here's how simple it is. Go to liberate.ca, reach out, short form, phone call, email, whatever's easiest. We talk once. Properly, I do the legwork. You get the options. If your current bank turns out to be the best choice, fantastic. You stay put, and you can sleep at night knowing you didn't leave money on the table. If another lender or structure works better, we walk through it step by step so you know exactly what you're signing. No surprises. No, I didn't realize that moments later. This isn't my first rodeo. I've seen a lot of files where one small clause in the contract made a big difference later. My job is to spot those things before you commit, so you can make a decision with both eyes open. So, next time someone says, just go to your bank, it's easier, remember this, easy is not always smart. Fast is not always fair. Bank staff represent their bank. A licensed mortgage agent represents your decision. If you're about to sign, or even just thinking about it, do yourself one favor. Before you commit, go to liberate.ca. Let's dot the I's, cross the T's, and make sure your biggest debt is also one of your smartest decisions.